guys, so I'm gonna be going over my trade recap for today. Today is October 1st. Took two losses on QQQ today. Reason being, I waited for news. Actually, let me just go over that later on. I did want to go over why the market was very bearish today. And the reason being is because the East Coast and the Gulf Coast ports are all having strikes. And if you don't know where that is, that's like Florida, that area on the East Coast. Their ports are having strikes, which is causing a huge problem for this entire country. If these strikes continue to happen, we're gonna see prices of gas, food, and pretty much everything go up, because that's where most of our stuff comes in from. So all the fuel that we get comes from, the Middle East countries or the Gulf of Mexico. And all those ports are closed down. So we're going to see that scarcity of fuel goes up. Demand obviously goes up as well. So if you took economics class in high school or whatever, you kind of understand that. We're not going to have fuel for everyone. That's why prices are going to rise. The demand is going to go up. Prices are going to rise. Yeah, and I think this next week is just going to be very bearish for everyone, including the stock market. Stock market definitely relies on stuff coming into the country. But yeah, this is what happened really today. This is a huge move to the downside. You can see it on SPY as well. IWM, same thing, almost pretty much everything. Literally everything has been affected by this. Let's see, Exxon Mobil. Fuck, I don't know their ticker symbol. Hold on. What's their ticker symbol? Actually, XOM. Okay, that was one letter off. That's actually very impressive because of the fact that, wow, okay, I was wrong then. I was really looking for their, interesting. I was really looking forward to their stock to go down, but besides the point, whatever. So right off the start, I could have taken a trade. There was a 5-minute fair value gap that was formed right here. Price retraced back into it the first 5 minutes of market open. Genuinely could have taken that trade. Pretty solid, actually. Pretty solid setup. There's also a 1-minute fair value gap right here, so it's pretty solid. However, it's just not what I think is good. Taking trades right off of market open. Could have taken it all the way to all the way down here. However, I didn't really want to risk it because there was also news at 9 o'clock today, or 10 o'clock New York time. This 9 a.m. candle right here, we could see, honestly, I could have taken another very solid trade right off of this 1-minute fair value gap, or even this 5-minute fair value gap, which news came in, respected it perfectly. Straight to the downside. I could have taken it all the way down to either this low right here or this low right here. So it would have been solid. However, I just didn't want to risk it. I usually don't like having trades through news because of the fact how volatile news is. As you can see, news candle. Okay, if you look at the very top right here, you're going to have these numbers right here. If you look at the very top, 122K. So that's how much money is being flooded into the market at that 1 minute. And you could see when I took that trade, it already went down almost 100,000. So that's why I usually wait for price to die down a little bit. You could already see the next candle after news candle was already 26K. Besides the point, let's go over why I took this trade and where I messed up on. What I could have done differently, so I don't fuck this up again. So looking back at this, we had a 5-minute fair value gap. Okay, let's just go over why I took this and why I thought it was going to be good. We're sweeping all of these lows. If you look at the 1-hour time frame, we're sweeping a lot of these lows over here. So we're sweeping these lows. At the time, we're all the way back here, but at the time we're sweeping this low, which is a major low. Everything that was over here was also a major low being swept. So that's why I thought we're going to go to the upside. Oops. So I waited for price. There's a fair value gap formed on the 1 minute time frame. Waited for price to retrace back into it, and then I was targeting the news candle at the very top. What I did not see, for some fucking reason, I did not know that there was a 5 minute fair value gap being formed right here. And I completely disacknowledged it, and I did not look at a higher time frame because this is a clear confluence to the downside. So I don't know what I was doing at the time and why I did not pay attention to it, but for some reason I did not notice that there was a 5 minute fair value gap to the downside. So let's just see what happens when I enter this trade. Next candle, took the trade, and I was already instantly in drawdown just like that. Second minute of being in that trade, candle closes right above the take profit, but the wick hits take profit. So looking back at it, obviously I made a huge mistake on that point. There's a 1 minute and a 5 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute, and a 5 minute fair value gap right over here. We could see that there's a 1 minute right here, and then we're also sweeping liquidity right here, so this is a perfect confluence to the downside. I really don't know what the fuck I was doing at the time and why I messed it up. Definitely looking back at this, and I, just like thinking like, why the fuck did I do that? But it's all right. I mean, this is what trading's for. Trading is meant, you're gonna be fucking up. You're gonna be taking losses every day. Moving on. Obviously this trade didn't work out. I went on the 2 minute time frame. You can see that this fair value gap was created, boom, straight through it. So it's all good. Shit happens. It's not the first time. It's not the last time I'm gonna be taking a loss. Let's just try to see what I did next. So once again, reason why I took this trade is because I saw that we swept even lower lows. We were on a downtrend right here. We're respecting resistance. I did quotation marks because the support and resistance traders love to say that. Obviously I don't trade support and resistance because that's all bullshit, but either way, we swept liquidity even lower, and I was looking for an upside move, so I saw that there was a fair value gap right here. However, price never actually came back into it, so I saw a different fair value gap right here. So waited for price to retrace back into that fair value gap, and then took the trade off of that, and then played around a little bit, and then straight to the downside. So what I did wrong, exact same thing what I did earlier, is I did not see that there was a fair value gap. If you look at the 2 minute fair time frame, you could see this is a huge wick to the downside on the 2 minute, and then you could see these, what is it, 3 fair value gaps, 2 fair value gaps to the downside. I believe this was also an SMT divergence, comparing it to ES. So what I could have done differently, look at higher time frames. Today I don't know what I was on. I really could have made a lot of money. However, I just lacked. So shit happens. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk. Really interested to see what happens with this stuff this week. Really, my weekly analysis, I genuinely believe that we're going to continue to the downside until these strikes are done. From there, the market's going to start recovering. And then we'll see from there. I'm actually kind of surprised that... I'm actually really surprised that pre-market, we didn't really have too much movement, but right off of market open, we could see that we had this huge movement to the downside. So either way, I could have made a lot of money today. Hopefully you guys did, and you didn't do the same mistakes that I made. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.